Hubo un momento en el que Eric Esch tenía que hacer dieta para dar 400 libras la noche de la pelea, durante los inicios de su carrera. No comía nada más que pollo y frijoles de mantequilla, y así fue como nació su legendario apodo. Nada en la carrera de Butterbean tiene sentido. Este hombre gigante fue conocido como el rey de la pelea a 4 asaltos. E incluso noqueó accidentalmente a un árbitro, y aún así logró ganar la pelea. Y si sus golpes conectaban, no importaba qué tan buena fuera tu quijada. En sus primeras 70 peleas tuvo 65 victorias, 2 derrotas y 3 empates, y su recopilación de mejores momentos es simplemente legendaria. Recuerda, si quieres apoyar al canal, asegúrate de usar la función de hype. Butterbean vs George Clark. Una racha de 4 victorias consecutivas llevó a Eric Esch a enfrentarse a George Clark en su pelea número 24 como profesional.
Neither fighter looks as though they've been turning down many meals lately. Oh, beautiful. Oh, boy. Over here. First knockdown of the fight, and it's Clark who goes down.
5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your gloves, George.
Let's take a look at these knockdowns now, Gabriel. There's a right hand, huh? Nice right.
A beautiful hand, right hand over the head. It hurt him, it got him in bad shape, and wasn't able to recuperate. It was more like on top of the head, but it still hurt him.
Clark trying to fight back. Butterbean digging to the body. Down goes Clark for the second time.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your gloves, George.
I'll tell you, I don't want to know what it feels getting hit by a 300-plus pound man.
The last knockdown, fans didn't think too much of this, the second knockdown. There was some boos out there, but the third one, Butterbean was putting it to him. He hit him that right hand, wobbled him. No, this is the second knockdown again. We will see the third knockdown coming up. That was just a different viewpoint of the second. All right, remember the 3 knockdown. Well, look at Butterbean. Look at the bean walk across the ring.
It's the men's business tonight.
Good right hand by Butterbean. Clark trying to fight back. That's it. Clark is down and out of the ring. Fight is over. And for the first time tonight, the crowd has a chance to stand and cheer. And now here comes Butterbean walking across the ring. Good body shot. Missed that one to the head. Gonna go to the body again. Those are booming body shots, and there's the finisher. That one to the head really straightened up Clark, and he was about finished there. And finally, Butterbean just overpowering. Look at his eyes roll up. This man is going down. These were several clean punches, Gabriel.
He was throwing good punches, Rich. He was. He was connecting, landing the punches too.
That was quite a flurry by Butterbean. He's the knockout winner in the first round once again.
Rich, he looked good. He looked good doing it.
That last knockdown was a tough one for George Clark. He went flying out of the ring, and referee Toby Gibson called a halt to the proceedings right then.
El poder brutal de Butterbean fue simplemente demasiado para Clark, y como tantos otros, no logró ni siquiera durar 2 minutos. Butterbean versus Adam Sutton. Adam Sutton era un veterano de 7 peleas que tenía una sola misión en este combate: sobrevivir. Pero ¿saldría ileso de los intercambios iniciales?
Is it true that Jerry Jones is trying to sign him to a...
I'm Rich Murata ringside at Caesar's Palace, and Butterbean goes right to work, chasing Adam Sutton around the ring. Fans in the United States are intrigued by the heavyweights. Adam Sutton trying to use the ring and trying to use a left jab to keep Butterbean away. He's just trying to use a lot of lateral movement and use that jab. Butterbean, and not too impressed with it so far, however. Esch is out of Alabama. Down goes Butterbean. A rather shocking development to the fans here in attendance. Let's go back to the first round action now. Let's see if it was in fact a knockdown. There's the jab and a bit of a push, but nonetheless it is a punch, and down goes Butterbean. He went. Good right hand by Butterbean. He's half jab, half push. But near the end of the round, it was Butterbean doing all the damage, unloading his bombs and chasing Adam Sutton around the ring. This man competition that I told you that Butterbean is a graduate of, those are 1 minute rounds that they fight, 3 1-minute rounds. Don't have much time. Butterbean is now graduated to 3-minute rounds. Continues to win, he will build up a sizable following, you can be sure. Good left hand by Butterbean. Sutton in trouble along the ropes. Throwing everything he's got. He comes in with an uppercut every now and then, which is probably a pretty good weapon with those arms up at each side. Sutton's going to have to answer back with something here. He's got to throw some punches back or Toby Gibson could step in and stop the fight. Butterbean unloading his... Fans getting a kick out of this one. Not a lot of what you'd call science. Seems to have worn himself out with that huge flurry, but there's a right hand. That grazed the face of Sutton. 4-4 in the heavyweight ranks. Butterbean with a big right hand. Butterbean in the Stars and Stripes was down in the first round. Butterbean appears to be slowing down. Record come to a halt tonight. Adam Sutton having things his own way in this third round, using a jab and lateral movement. But Butterbean, right hand by Butterbean followed by a left. That got Sutton into some trouble. Butterbean trying to pour it on. An unusual boxing chant. And now that nose dripping blood again as Sutton just uses his left jab. Well, here's the corner again where Butterbean had him in trouble, but he can't trap him there this time. Butterbean catches him with a right hand. Sutton tries to answer back, but takes a left hook for his trouble. In the ropes. Butterbean still throwing punches. Now he opens up again as the round and the fight comes to an end.
Al final, Sutton fue uno de los pocos que logró salir en una sola pieza. Perdió por decisión, pero evitó el nocaut. Butterbean versus Pat Jackson. Pat Jackson solo había peleado 2 veces como profesional y lo pusieron a enfrentar a esta montaña humana. Resultó que esta pelea sería mucho más memorable de lo que la gente esperaba.
Wanted Pat Jackson to stand in front of him, but guess what? He's not cooperating. Hey, he may have had his own fight plan. Go figure.
Where some swelling starts.
And there is a little blood trickling also. We're in round 2. And they told Butterbean in between rounds, Murray Sutherland said, it's scheduled for 4. And in this round, our host,
We have a nice crowd here.
very good crowd. And they are into this fight. Good right by Butterbean. He may have hurt Jackson. His jab's not much. Bean comes in with the overhand right.
He just missed with it there, but
Now Jackson is just kind of in a survival mode. He's not punching much. I don't think he has much on the punch. He's so tired. Jackson is about ready to...
is the stamina of Jackson, which is non-existent. He is a target. Terry Wood better be very the face of Jackson.
And let's put things in perspective. Last time that Butterbean fought Ken Myers, well, they didn't find somebody who was stationary, but there's Jackson landing right hands. Not much behind that. He just reaches out to hold on. Good body work by Butterbean. That's a good idea by him, no?
His arms around him.
His hands are down.
He would not care if he was disqualified.
No, not at this. Pat Jackson is really tired. Well, there you see what you can do when you stay on the outside and throw punches against Butterbean.
Try a left hook to the body, then go upstairs. Now he's uppercutting.
The interesting thing, Dave, is he hasn't really hurt Jackson that much with these punches. It's just that Jackson is tired.
Well, now he's throwing the tough man type punches. They told him, get inside, just get the hands moving.
The big fellow in the red, white, blue trunks is called Butterbean. The other gentleman is Pat Jackson.
Should have been scheduled for 3.
Yeah, thank you. We will return for more here in Kenner, Louisiana. Stay with us.
Unfortunately, he walks into the best punch of the fight. At the end of the round, he's separating the fighters. And referees cannot protect themselves at all times the way fighters do it. We've seen referees get hit in the past. That might be one of the most dramatic shots he walked into. Boy, that's combat pay, right?
Al final, Butterbean no solo noqueó al árbitro, también ganó la pelea, marcando uno de los capítulos más extraños de su carrera. Butterbean versus Luis Monaco. El siguiente rival de Butterbean fue el atlético Luis Monaco. Aunque todos los músculos del mundo no le servirían de nada frente al mazo que tenía enfrente.
I think you're safe in assuming that. There is Butterbean. He will race across the ring and attempt to get Monaco down quickly, and by golly, but he raced out quickly, didn't he?
And I don't think we'll be seeing the boxer types matched against him. So there's the right hand. Butterbean may end up having some longer tough man fights than this one here.
Monaco trying to work the jab on the inside. He busted Butterbean with a pretty good uppercut there. And Monaco is built quite well. You can see he's got a bodybuilder's physique. Just the opposite of Butterbean. He lands a good right hand. Oh, there goes Monaco. Second knockdown in this round.
So if Monaco survives and goes down a couple more times, we could have a 10-5 round.
You got to use the jab against Butterbean if you're going to be effective. Monaco, an inexperienced young fighter. I don't know that he has that good a jab. Monaco, not a skilled boxer, as you can see, leading with the right hand there.
1-2, let's go. Come on. 1-2, jab.
Good night.
There goes Monaco. And I mean, there he goes. Well, that does it for this fight. Butterbean gets the job done.
He threw 3 right hands and got 3 knockdowns. Into the fight, and good night with that. And all along, we didn't see any combinations from Butterbean. We saw him load up.
We never see combinations.
And I suspect that we will see opponents with a higher skill level in some subsequent fights.
Yeah, I'm sure they're working toward that.
But you do see what happens when he gets a clear shot. It's home run derby.
He's a big, strong man. I mean, there's no question about that. And if he hits you on the chin...
Otra adición brutal al creciente repertorio de knockouts de Butterbean. Butterbean versus Mitchell Rose. Pero la primera derrota profesional de Butterbean estaba a la vuelta de la esquina y llegaría contra un rival muy poco probable. Un hombre que solo había ganado una de sus últimas 6 peleas.
Here we go, round 2 at the Garden.
A butter knife at that.
A butter knife, very good. Butterbean still getting hit. This is a 4-round fight. Heavyweights. Eric Butterbean Esch in the red, white, and blue trunks getting tattooed by Mitch Rose from Brooklyn. Big right hand by Mitch Rose. And Green gets hit. Butterbean gets hit with a left. There's the uppercut you talked about. Butterbean's on his feet. Might be time to stop this. The referee stopped the fight. Here's Butterbean getting tattooed by Mitch Rose. Right hands down the pipe. Butterbean just staggers back from a left, and here's what he gets against the rope, buddy.
When you come to New York, you got to be able to fight. Nicknames don't help you in New York.
That's right. You can do without the nickname if you can fight, but Butterbean, he takes a punch, but that's not what you want to bring to the game. If your number one asset is taking a punch, you're in the wrong line of business. There's that uppercut.
I told you.
Even you could see that opening.
Oh, yeah.
Butterbean has no head movement, just getting teed off.
Butterbean se recuperaría y luego tendría la mejor racha de toda su carrera. Butterbean versus William Harris. El siguiente desafío fue William Harris, y a Butterbean le tomó mucho más tiempo del esperado terminar el trabajo.
Easiest target on it, and people spend too much time trying to jab him and stand the outside.
Now trying to utilize the jab.
it's because Harris, he's moving so much that he can't really land a good shot. But right now I believe he did. But you know,
ever considered a pro career yourself in boxing? Maybe action from round 2. Pretty good jab there by the Bean. A little over a minute to go here in round number 2 as Butterbean trying to chase down Will Harris.
In front of him, he might get blocked, I should say, or hit it.
During the between rounds period, once the bell rings and the fight starts, he never shuts up. And Harris to stand and fight.
He's not doing anything to try to slow Butterbean down. He's on the defensive, and
he was a famous bodyguard for a long time. He used to be Leon Spink's bodyguard.
You know, he looks fresh. But then again, this guy Harris, he punches to the body, and he's not doing anything but throwing that jab and moving.
The fans for the gourmet dinner. Harris nearly came through and right on top of us here. Halfway through round 4, and this could be a real... And Jose Colbian stops the fight. Oh, wow, with 10 seconds to go in the bout. Appointment for Will Harris. Let's take a look at this, guys, and see what you think. Harris fatigued. Some punches there definitely coming in from...
Sí, le tomó 4 asaltos, pero el resultado fue el mismo. Butterbean versus Sean Jagan. Sean Jagan llegó con un respetable récord de 6-2, aunque venía de una derrota, pero estaba concediendo más de 120 libras de peso frente a su rival.
Jagan shaken up by a left hook by Bean. He had a torn tricep. He fought William Harris in Beverly Hills, California, and won by a 4-round knockout. But in that fight, hurt his arm. Good right hand by Butterbean. Have you ever seen a greater disparity in the look of two fighters' bodies? And Bean is opening up. Jagan trying to answer back. Jagan, although he's had 8 fights, he just turned pro this year. This is his 9th professional bout this year. He eats a left hook there and is definitely in some trouble. This round obviously seeming very long to Sean Jagan now. Out of Overland Park, Kansas, and he may want to take the first plane back to Kansas tonight. 6, 7, 8. Mandatory 8 count is told off by Jane 80. Here in the bout, Butterbean coming forward, was beginning to get to Jagan about midway through the round, shook him up with that combination there, left and then the right. Jagan basically went down of his own volition there, I think, to get away from the punches. And Jagan in trouble. As you can see, there's that left-right combination again. That's the one basically that sent him down. That last left was hardly necessary. Here comes Butterbean in. Good right hand, left hand, down goes Jagan, hits his head hard. Fight is over. And Butterbean has returned to the ring wars with a first round KO. Right hand to the body, followed up with a right hand to the head. Combination left and right, down goes Jagan, hits his head very hard on the canvas. It's a good combination by Butterbean. All those punches landed. Look at the right hand. Look at again the left-right combination. Down went the kid.
Butterbean claramente estaba recuperando su impulso. Butterbean versus Kurt Allen, el invicto. Kurt Allen fue el siguiente, intentando descarrilar este gigantesco tren de hype. ¿Le daría su racha de 5 victorias la confianza necesaria para dar la sorpresa?
Well, he certainly has the fans behind him. And Butterbean goes right to work.
Yeah, his fights don't last too long.
Yeah, he tries to get in there. He says every fight's a brawl. Trying to settle down a little bit, not a lot. Trying not to waste as many punches as in the past.
Good right hand by Bean. Staggers Kurt Allen back into the ropes.
Said, I don't think he's a good boxer, but he's a brawler. So the fight plan for Kurt Allen to hit and move. Use the Holyfield Tyson approach. And that means score and then get out of there. Butterbean is a bean that is like candy. That
Butterbean actually knocked a guy out in 18 seconds of the first round. A guy by the name of Jimmy Baker last year, and one of the not too courageous performances of all time.
Butterbean complaining about holding, I believe it was. But could this be the night of upsets?
Well, we've seen one already with the failure of Michael Carbajal to successfully defend his title. Now Butterbean rushes at Kurt Allen.
Butterbean in the tough man contest. So he saw Butterbean when he was much younger as an infant in this fighting game. There's a good right hand from Butterbean and another one from Butterbean. And that's where the bean is so good. Yeah, these are not sharp, quick, fast shots.
Oh, good right hand by Butterbean. That one stung Kurt Allen.
Watch that head, chin up in the air. Again, Butterbean putting the pressure on. Oh, 3-minute rounds, and they seem like hours when you're in there. Those gloves get so heavy.
There is a hockey player, if Butterbean can continue to win fights, that they're talking about a possible fight between a hockey player in the National Hockey League, a very tough guy. By the name of Marty McSorley, as we watch Butterbean go to work here at the end of the round.
Oh, yeah, just sit still, let me hit you one time. Bean knows he has the power.
Good right hand by Butterbean in close.
He learned something from Pastrana. Mauricio Pastrana, the new champion, downstairs to the body.
Let go, let go, let go.
Right underneath the outstretched arm of Allen, but that was a nice uppercut by Allen.
Bean really putting his weight in these punches now. There's a good combination from Allen.
But Allen's landing all the shots in there, except for that right. Oh, look out. There goes Butterbean. Allen in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Bean is throwing his body into it.
Allen doing everything he can to stay on his feet.
Listen to this crowd reaction. As Eric Esch, Butterbean goes to work, he's got Allen between the ropes, in trouble. Jane 80 gets between the two and stops the fight.
Wow.
Not the easiest of victories for Butterbean. He had some problems for 2.5 rounds, but then when he got his man cornered.
Kurt Allen would I think, disagree with that. When he had Allen hurt, Butterbean really poured it on. See him pick up the pace here, really pushing forward with his punches. He thought he had Allen out there, and he hit him a few more times. Jane Dandy said, that's enough, that's enough. I don't like the way that Allen's reacting. Allen wobbled a few times back to the ropes. The only thing keeping him up with the ropes, and when that happens in boxing, the referees are supposed to stop the fight, just like Nady did.
He couldn't escape. He couldn't get out of that corner. He was just trapped. The Bean's got too much mass in front of him to get away. There was no escape route.
Right, getting away from the Bean, you can't circle him because he's so big. Once you circle him, you're on the other side of the ropes. You're at the other corner. That's all.
Al final, Butterbean fue demasiado y Allen corrió la misma suerte que los demás. Butterbean versus Nick Phillips, la pelea número 28 de su carrera, enfrentó a Eric Esch con el resistente Nick Phillips de 235 libras. Un hombre que no caería sin pelear.
And the end of Brown Phillips in 1989. He's done some kickboxing since 1991, an intercontinental kickboxing champion.
Up nice and high. Just walk right into him. Keep your hands up nice and high. Walk right into him. Once he's done 2 or 3 punches. Watch the elbows, okay?
Putting up and winging away.
Butterbean expended a lot, Dave, but he just doesn't have too much left.
Keep your hands free if you
Again,
want to
pushing
punch.
that big guy around can tire you out.
Heads banged together moments ago, dangerously.
All right, step back and break clean. Come on, step back and break clean.
See how wide those punches of Butterbean is.
Butterbean fought 10 fights in 1996. 3 of them went the distance.
Deep breaths, some deep breaths, get out. Okay, right? Deep breaths, right? Yeah. Look at me.
See the water ball.
He's tired already. Oh my. Water ball? I know, it's okay. But he's tired, he's ducking now. Uppercut, left hooks. Jabbing, that's all you do is jabbing, straight right. Up.
Longer than 4. That was a 6-rounder in March of 1995.
And here's some of that movement you were talking about. Not very fast, David. Phillips did at least step over to his right, move a little bit, and he's trying to move again now. There he is.
And if he could throw the jab while he was doing it, he'd find that the angles were there and he wouldn't get the counter. But also, Gil, as you said, he is tired.
Both fighters are tired. And again, Butterbean now is going to have to use that.
Al final, sí, llegó a las tarjetas. Pero esa fue prácticamente la única victoria moral que pudo llevarse. Butterbean versus Ken Woods. Ken Woods fue el siguiente rival, en una pelea que giraba más en torno a cuánto tiempo podría durar una vez sonara la campana.
Good left by Butterbean. He rocks him right off the bat. Approximately 113-pound weight advantage.
That makes a big difference.
Mix it up a little bit. I'm not sure Woods is in such a big hurry to do that. Good right to the midsection. Good left jab by Butterbean. Woods comes back with a left. Good left jab by Woods. And he's ducking away from Butterbean a little bit more now.
Well, I'm sure his strategy is to try to keep away, keep his jab out there, and keep Butterbean off of him. He's having a little success, not a whole lot, but he's doing okay so far. I think he can take you out with either one.
Oh, good left hook.
He got a running start on that one.
He's not exactly bearing in on him. Good right, comes back with the left. All right, round 2. This IBA super lightweight champion, or heavyweight championship, excuse me. Butterbean took the first round rather handily. And he scores with the left. There's Woods with a good right. Well, Woods doesn't care about Butterbean's popularity, not tonight anyway. Oh, good right, he goes down. Tremendous right by Butterbean. Whoa, tremendous right.
He hit his head on the mat very hard.
Look at it from 3 different angles. Look at that. The left chin, left side of the chin. He went down.
Overhand right.
Look at this.
Right over the top, right on the chin.
Oh, and his head went smashing to the canvas as well. Look at this angle, best angle of the 3. Watch this. Lights out. Tremendous power from the 333-pounder. Butterbean.
Otra cabeza más para la colección de Butterbean, que avanzaba hacia el siguiente reto. Butterbean versus Ed White. Con el título superpesado de la IVA en juego, Butterbean enfrentó a Ed White, de 255 libras. No era ningún trámite. White venía de ganar sus últimas 4 peleas consecutivas.
There's Butterbean, who weighed as much in his life as 450 pounds.
Hey, buddy, come on,
so he's in good shape. He's way down. They actually wanted to enter the tough man competition, and they wouldn't let him enter unless he weighed under 400. So that's when he went on the Butterbean diet.
Ed White starts him off with a good jab, though, Rich.
Yeah, and a good corking right hand by White. He lands another one, and now Bean starts unloading on Ed White, and he landed a very good body shot. He's living a charmed existence, though. I'll tell you, he gets paid probably more than most four-rounders in history. Most of four-round fighters in history.
Well, he ate another stiff jab there from White.
Whose real name, by the way, is Eric Esch. He was not born Butterbean.
Well, the height disadvantage for Butterbean has really come into play in this first round. He's just having trouble reaching Ed White.
Well, he might think about just banging that body. Bean's normally a headhunter.
There was some swelling under his left eye already, it looks like, Rich.
Good body shot by Butterbean. Tell you, Ed White showed up here to fight tonight.
Yeah, he did.
He doesn't care about the legend.
Big right
Butterbean,
hand by
and
White.
White's right hand has put Butterbean into a little bit of trouble. Nice body shot, but again the right hand by White, and Butterbean is being hit and tattooed by those right hands of White. So far, he's having trouble getting close to him.
White's with a bit of a Buster Douglas look to him, doesn't he? Now the Bean is on the attack.
Oh, he's always on the attack. Nice left hook by Butterbean. He got in close that time and was able to get within punching range, get that left hook off. Ed White looks like he might be out of breath already. He's got his mouth open.
Oh, big left hand by Butterbean.
White trying to use that jab now just to keep Bean off before he can get that precious 60 seconds of rest between rounds. Really gets caught the left hook. Butterbean goes down inside. It is not a knockdown. He slipped, and that's the end of round one. Good left hook by Butterbean. Now he tries to follow it up. White actually took it very well, though. And now he gets clocked another left hook, and the Bean coming forward and encouraged by the fans. Bean trying to suddenly punch him, and he does there with a right hand, and down goes White, and down goes Joe Cortez, the referee.
Butterbean comes with that big left hook. White a bit off balance here as he begins to retreat, and there's the left hook again by Butterbean. He was throwing it at will here. White not able to fend it off. A right, which stunned him first, and then the left sort of pushed him into the ropes.
Butterbean comes right to him. Left hook by Butterbean, trying to finish him with left hooks. White in real trouble. Crowd is roaring. Left-right combination. White is down and out of the ring. Fight is over. And another cut developed on the face of Butterbean beside.
Well, once again, he gives us everything we want. Here we go to the end of the fight. Another big left. Butterbean pressing the attack. Not much that White can do here. He seems to be perhaps out on his feet at this point. The right hand and then the left. Cortez jumps in. White out of the ring, and that's the end of the fight. We see it again from a different angle. Butterbean all over his man. Big left, bigger right, the left again, and Ed White is down, and he is out.
No logró el knockout en el primer asalto, pero el resultado era inevitable. Butterbean versus Billy Eaton. 2. Después de que su primera pelea terminara en empate, Butterbean volvió a cruzarse con Billy Eaton. Eaton tenía el récord más impresionante de cualquier rival al que Butterbean se había enfrentado hasta entonces. ¿Pero sería suficiente?
Eaton landing a shot. Now he's in trouble. Here comes the Bean. Eaton coming almost into your living room here.
Butterbean's a terrific finisher. If he's got you hurt, he's on top of you in your face throwing punches.
He is a tremendous offensive fighter. Eaton is in deep trouble coming forward. Lands a bomb of his own.
Right on the point of the chin.
All right, seconds out.
Big uppercut.
Come on, seconds out. Let's clear the court.
Eaton stepped on Butterbean's front foot, and then he tried to hit him. Oh, Butterbean teeing off on Eaton. No knockdown, so Joe Cortez, third man in the ring. Trying to land every shot.
Come on, keep the punches up, my man. Keep him up. Let's go.
What they're doing in the ring, they're not worried about throwing punches.
There's a right hand by Butterbean. You get caught in between offense and defense in later rounds. So down to 317, which is a lower weight for him. Chopping right by Butterbean. He certainly, and he felt those pounds up there.
And so did his opponents. A KO 4 over Scott Lindecker, and Ricky Ruiz was a disqualified.
Bring on, come on, let's go.
I'm going to throw hooks and uppercuts.
I want to punch you behind their head.
The Butterbean.
All right, and keep the punches up, hit behind their head.
He took a couple of hooks. Referee Joe Cortez separates them. And is Bill Eaton looking at an upset.
Eaton's tough.
All right, come on.
Just keeps coming forward.
Keep on.
Bill Eaton with a knockdown to his credit against the Bean. Good right hand by Butterbean. Eaton, who is tired, is in some difficulty here. Let's see what Butterbean has.
Watching Foreman how he uses that crisscross defense.
There's Eaton through again. Those are not big shots all the time, but they count. Now he's hit by a bean shot.
Long rounds, they can't do it in 4. It's so hot. He says his fight.
Butterbean looking to pound inside. With 2 straight wins in 1997, including a knockout in the first round. But here he is at the end of round 3. Very interesting to see how these rounds are scored by the judges. I think I would agree with that.
Yeah, that knockdown in the first round was really good for Eaton.
Because he can go out in the second, and there's the Bean with some uppercuts.
But look at what Bill Eaton is doing. Butterbean is throwing well to the body, then coming up to the head. One left hook to the face of Bill Eaton. Get Eaton off of Eaton like a Spider-Man right now, tying up, just looking for that final bell. Good shot by Eaton. The head on the scorecard.
Walking into stuff here, Bean can't stop him. They fight through referee Joe Cortez. He continues on, final seconds. May have upset the Bean.
Bill Eaton now cut underneath his left eye also.
And Butterbean pounding away. Do we have a new king of the 4-rounders? Butterbean is shaken. I think Eaton won this fight. Let's see how they call it.
Esto era una misión de venganza, simple y clara. Y Butterbean bajó el martillo con todo. Butterbean versus Doug Phillips, el 6-1. Doug Phillips fue el siguiente rival, y aunque parecía que otro knockout estaba en camino, resultó ser más complicado de lo esperado.
Has an unlimited target to shoot at. Many fights do end.
When he cranks up that right hand and lands it flush, anybody's going to go.
There goes Bean with his roundhouse type attack here. Uppercut is open for him. Some chopping right hands here. Doug Phillips covering up. Now some chopping shots by Phillips, who was wide open for some Bean counters.
Like I said, the Bean is taking a few shots.
What the head, buddy? What the head?
Here is Phillips trying to work inside. We've never seen Bean in this kind of a fight, though. Yeah, the guy's not moving on him.
Usually the Bean's got to run after his opponent, but I don't think that Doug Phillips can actually run. I think we have a middleweight here who hasn't trained in about 10 years.
111 pounds less. He's still in there, Butterbean. Missing with a big right hand, that fires another shot. Now Phillips is in some trouble, and he's in the corner where he does not want to be.
Back.
Then he fires wide, misses with that, then gets the shoulder in, and this is basically plowing straight ahead. The left hook. Doug Phillips in the white trunks, and Butterbean taking up the rest of your screen. Doug Phillips starts to tee off on the Bean.
Uppercut. And he really hasn't got one of his haymakers home yet.
Good uppercut by Phillips.
Actually, point-wise, Phillips is off to a great start this round. Looks like Butterbean is trying to lure him inside there.
Butterbean looks like he's trying to keep the guy in there for a little while, thinking that the first time he hits him, the fight will be over. They open up a little bit. Big right miss by Butterbean, then he comes back with another one.
And with only 4 rounds to go, you need every round you can get.
Now you get one if you're Doug Phillips. You've already assured yourself half of a draw. Good right by Butterbean.
I guess his corner told him to hit him, huh?
He said now's the time. We start the 3rd round. Scheduled for 4 of these super duper heavyweights. It might be in jeopardy on paper, but there's no way they take his title unless he's on the floor.
Well, let's put it this way, Dave. He's in jeopardy on our scorecard.
That's right. Left hook by Butterbean. Hey, Phillips coming underneath. Up on his toes on the outside. Now he's on the inside with Butterbean here. Bean starts to slug away.
What was it Jim Murray called Butterbean? A bowl of whipped cream wrapped in the American flag?
That is what he said. The Butterbean comes on TV, and the audience Goes way up, and there's a hook by Butterbean closing in on Phillips now. Guy's so happy in the corner, as Butterbean was between 3 and 4, telling his corner, let's just have fun. Now they want him to get Doug Phillips out of there, but he just hasn't wanted to yet.
Well, this is his last opportunity, that's for sure.
Big right by Butterbean.
Come on, work out. 2 hands.
Now goes to the body.
Come on, 2 hands, Ray.
Phillips trying to come underneath. Good right to the body by Butterbean. That one hurt. Oh, yeah. That hurt to watch. Now he starts to tee off on Phillips. In the first round, that wasn't before he got hit with those shots. We didn't see it. Now Bean starts to tee off.
That's more like the Bean we know and love. But Phillips punches right back. He's not intimidated.
But 330 pounds. He's been...
Incluso sin knockout, Edge sumó otra victoria y extendió aún más su racha. Butterbean versus Troy Roberts. Con un lugar en una cartelera preliminar de Oscar de la Hoya, la presión estaba sobre Butterbean para lucirse. Troy Roberts prácticamente firmó su sentencia cuando aceptó la pelea.
And it is amazing. A few years ago, he was building mobile homes in Alabama. Now he's a very popular figure in boxing.
He really is, and you know, whatever you want to say about his abilities and the people he fights, the bottom line is Butterbean is a delightful guy. I've had a chance to spend a lot of time around him at various charity events, and he's just a delightful man.
Boy, if there is ever a 180 degrees in body shape, look at Troy Roberts and look at Butterbean.
You are right. Roberts feels the way to beat Butterbean, and it is the way, is if you can jab and give him some movement. Roberts, though, this is amazing, says he has not sparred in 6 months.
No, he has been knocked out of 5 of his last 6 fights as Roberts. He has 1 round of boxing in his last 15 months. That was a January 16th knockout at the hands of the late Cody Koch on our show from Boise, Idaho. People say, where did the name Butterbean come from? Well, he was trying to get involved in tough man competitions, but he weighed 400 pounds, so he had to lose weight. So he went on a diet of Butterbeans, and he lost the weight.
He ended up, I think he in the major tough man contest came in twice second, but was such a hit with the fans that, you know, it was almost like he won. Now, Roberts is having a pretty good first round here. Sometimes this happens against Butterbean, and then his power ends up taking over. But for now, Roberts is having himself a very good first round. Now, you can hit Bean with jabs all night if you can throw him. He usually catches up with these guys, and of course, as in the case of Roberts, he's fighting guys at the lower echelon of the heavyweight division.
Roberts says that he came here to win this fight, not lose it.
He was very emphatic about that when he spoke to us beforehand. And so far in this first round, he is showing it. Butterbean's had a hard time getting that overhand right in and getting inside where he can land some punches.
Roberts has been in against better competition. Vitaly Klitschko knocked out in the 2nd round. Joe Hip. The late Cody Koch got knocked out by.
And of course, there was a time he was early in his career when he performed better. So Roberts had his moments early on in his career.
Final seconds of round number 1. ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. Bob Popple along with Al Bernstein on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. Corey Spinks, a unanimous decision in the ring now. Butterbean against Troy Roberts. Butterbean defending his IBA super heavyweight title. King of the 4-rounders. And there are the numbers from round 1, Al.
Good round for Roberts, as we said. A pretty big edge, outlanding Butterbean by 8. So in my mind, I had him at 10-9. Nice right hand by Bean. That's the punch he's trying to get in, and that one, I think, momentarily might have rocked Roberts.
That one rocked him too.
Kind of pushed him back at least.
Troy Roberts is from Campbell River in British Columbia, about 2 hours north of Vancouver Island. He's a commercial fisherman. He's been doing that for the last 15 years. He fishes for sockeye and herring. And he's also a native carver, so he likes to work with his hands, and he'd like to carve up a little Butterbean here tonight.
He had to stop fishing because the sockeye and the herring were becoming extinct, and they had to stop fishing for a year to allow that species to regenerate itself. There's Roberts. Just a little movement in a jab is what he felt you need against Butterbean, and that is true. You can't jab and stand in one spot because he might get that overhand right in. There's the right. That's Butterbean's big weapon. And against these kinds of heavyweights, it has gotten the job done.
Oh, there's a left hand to the ear.
Got the hook in, so Butterbean's making a liar out of him. He's landed some good hooks. Now Roberts is in trouble because he's against in the corner there. He's got to get out of there, and he did there. Butterbean having a better second round for himself.
Well, Butterbean, by his own admission, will tell you he's not a boxer. Comes in to put on a show and brawl. And let's face it.
Roberts has done a little better in the second part of this round. I don't know if it's enough to get the round, but he has improved a bit.
Nearly 100. We're nearly 100 pounds. Butterbean at a cool 323.
It's a big man.
Final seconds of round 2. Of course, if Butterbean's in the ring, you know it's a 4-rounder. Back to Las Vegas after this timeout on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights.
Kind of knocked Roberts off balance, and there's one that's a little better. And that's Roberts in trouble.
Roberts is real, and Roberts is up. Back to his feet, Joe Cortez, the count of 3.
5, 6, 7, 8. You okay to continue? All right.
The end of this bout, Bean with a overhand right, and he landed a couple of really good ones there. And that one on the, just on the ear where your equilibrium gets affected. Very one-dimensional attack, but it got the job done.
All right, let's go. Here in round 3. Butterbean again. Even the forearm hurt Roberts.
That's it.
Just like that, Butterbean turns it on and gets his 39th win and his 30th stoppage. The king of the 4-rounders keeps his title.
11 of 16 power shots in this round. There's the forearm you talked about. That's going to hurt. And this was when Roberts was in huge trouble and ultimately was sent to the canvas.
Yeah, Joe Cortez stepped in and stopped it in round number 3. For the official time of the stoppage, as we take one more look at Butterbean, again, closing it out. Roberts was hurt against the ropes. Joe Cortez steps in right here and stops it.
Cada vez más personas empezaban a conocer a Butterbean y su atractivo único. Butterbean versus Patrick Graham. Otra defensa del título superpesado llegó para Butterbean y otra aparición en una cartelera de La Hoya.
Kind of an experienced heavyweight. Nationalistic feel to the trunks in any case. Butterbean with a right hand over the top of the jab of Patrick Graham. And another one, and he is pushing Graham back with that right hand, Butterbean. And that helped set up the right hand that came close to landing, and then he did rock him with that. Good left hook by Butterbean. And Patrick Graham already, I think, has tasted the power of Butterbean. We have about a minute left to go here in round 1. Huge beginning by Butterbean. Graham has held his own toward the end of this first round. Body shot by Butterbean. My name's Al Bernstein. This is the Thomas and Mack Center. We are along the way in our card that will feature Oscar De La Hoya defending his title against Ike Quartey a little bit later on. Butterbean with a left and a right, and Patrick Graham, blood for the nose, and he is rocked and might be ready to go. Right hand sends Graham to the canvas. A clubbing right hand by Butterbean.
5, 6, 7.
On one knee, Graham beats the 10 count. Butterbean looking to finish things off, lands a right and a left. It's possible he may make it through round 2. 10 seconds left in this round. Will Butterbean be able to get Graham out of there? He's trying. To see if he can get him out of there. Big right It's probably going to be the end of this fight. It should be. And Jay Nady quickly calls a halt to it. So one thunderous right hand sends Patrick Graham through the ropes.
I'm coming for you,
Tulsa,
bro.
I do it every year along with him. He's a delightful man to be with. It was actually a jab that put him down. It was the jab. Can you imagine that? A strong jab or a hook, kind of a half hook and half jab by Butterbean that sends Patrick Graham through the ropes. And from any angle, it's just as painful to Patrick Graham.
Siempre hubo mercado para este tipo de peleas, y Butterbean se estaba convirtiendo en una estrella inesperada. Butterbean versus Peter McNeely. Quizás recuerdes a Peter McNeely por recibir a Mike Tyson en su regreso al ring tras salir de prisión, pues su pelea contra Butterbean ocurrió 4 años después. Y como veterano de 49 peleas, McNeely tenía el potencial de hacer esto interesante.
Butterbean easy to hit with the jab or anything else for that matter, but he's already wailing. Peter McNeely is not boxing, that's for sure. He's smothering Butterbean. They're whacking away at each other. McNeely throwing left hooks. Left hook by McNeely. He's just standing there with Butterbean. Of course, that's what the Bean wants. Right hand and a left by Butterbean. Doesn't move McNeely. It's his best punch. Butterbean lands a couple of big shots in there. They want McNeely to get off first here. Couple of left hooks sends McNeely back. Gets hit with another left hook by Butterbean. And Butterbean brings it on. McNeely just standing there taking a pounding from Butterbean. This one might not go too much longer. And they stop it. With only moments left to go in the first round, Butterbean is the winner. Peter McNeely just didn't do too much toward the end of that first round. Early in the round, McNeely had landed some jabs and a couple of good left hooks, and then Butterbean, I mean, those punches are coming from way far out, and McNeely just couldn't do anything. He's pretty secure, Butterbean, and having this thing well in hand, and after assuring his corner that it was the case, he went about his business to make it happen, and McNeely just didn't offer much at all in terms of offense. And here's where Butterbean closed the show. Jay Nady stepping in. McNeely really not defending himself, and I don't think too much argument can be made. Butterbean continues to throw those roundhouse punches, just about everything landing.
Butterbean tenía claramente una marcha extra y lo demostró esa noche de forma contundente. Butterbean versus Tim Burgoon. Otra defensa de título llegó contra Tim Burgoon, un rival que no parecía representar una gran amenaza. Pero las apariencias engañan.
Burgoon in the green and Butterbean in the colors of Mexico and the United States of America. And an early beginning for Butterbean, and he backs Burgoon into the ropes. Oh, and then you take a look at Butterbean getting the crowd riled up as he waves that right hand and he throws that right hand that comes on. As we take a look at the replays, take a look at Butterbean waving his right hand and throwing an overhand right. Oh, you take a look at Butterbean talking about the heart of Tim Burgoon, or lack thereof it. Been content to really just lay on the ropes, take whatever shots Butterbean has to offer. Hasn't been hurt though here in round number 1. Butterbean in the trunks with the American flag and the colors of Mexico. So there it is. Here's the exchanges we're looking for. Butterbean beginning to open up, and again, waving that right hand, and he throws a wild right hand. Whoa! Butterbean again begins to open up, and I think that hurt Burgoon. Burgoon is knocked out. He goes to a knee. I think that's the end of the fight. I think it was a big right hand that froze Burgoon. And that was it. Burgoon spits out his mouthpiece. He still doesn't know where he is. Shot, and I think it may have been that one that was the end of Burgoon. And right there you see Burgoon covering up. There's a left hook, right hand, left hook again, another right hand, and that would be the end of the night for the Butterbean and Burgoon. We take a look at another angle here. Here it is, a jab followed by a looping overhand right, followed by a left hook, then a digging right hook to the body. And from there, that would signal the end of Burgoon. And Burgoon at that point right there, I think that right hand signaled the end, and some big power shots. Wow, Burgoon.
El resultado fue el mismo. Knockout en el segundo asalto y otra declaración de este monstruo de 320 libras. Butterbean versus Kenny Craven. La primera pelea de una serie de 4 contra Kenny Craven fue la siguiente. Y una vez más, Butterbean puso su título superpesado en juego.
By a lot, and he will try and use this ring. Don't want to get caught against the ropes by Butterbean, as happened right there to Craven. Craven in his last 10 fights.
Bleeding from the mouth is Craven, however. Butterbean is heavy-handed. And well, he's just heavy.
Yes.
All over the place.
You're safe in saying that. Butterbean smiles and says, hey, come on, let's get in the fight. Comes after, hits him in the body a few times, and Craven ends the round by landing a big jab, or comes close to ending the round with a big jab to the head of Butterbean. So against Butterbean in the red, white, and blue trunks. So right now Ken Craven is handling the Bean pretty well. But of course that can change any moment.
On the back of the head.
He's hitting Butterbean with everything, but once you exchange with Butterbean, you can get hit with something big. Ken Craven unafraid to mix it up with the Bean.
I'm surprised he's standing right there with him. I mean, he's not moving. He's just trying to stay within punching range and exchange punches using his own quickness. But this could be disaster.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be if Bean keeps pinning him against the ropes and landing those shots. But it's creating kind of big right hand by Craven. But of course, he is more of a cruiserweight hitting this big heavyweight. So he's not having the impact with his punches he would like. But this is an exciting match. Big uppercut by Butterbean.
It's a lot of body to shoot at for Craven, but he's...
They were working close range, good left hook by Butterbean. And it's dangerous to be in there because those short little punches by Butterbean are very punishable. Now he's got Craven hurt.
Craven's still fighting back.
Well, a bad strategy error in this round by Ken Craven may have been his undoing. Butterbean whacking him in the corner, and now Craven is in trouble. Still punching back, but I don't know how long this one's going to go. Jane 80 says that's enough. Well, Ken Craven gave it all he could, and some of the fans not happy with the stoppage of that fight. I think it was an appropriate stoppage, though. Ken Craven looked like he was in some trouble.
Butterbean terminaría con un récord de 2-2 frente a Craven. Y nunca vimos la quinta pelea. Butterbean versus George Lindberger. George Lindberger fue uno de los rivales con más credenciales que enfrentó Butterbean. Pero Eric Esch estaba listo para dar una de las declaraciones más grandes de su carrera.
People do that for a couple rounds, and then ultimately, of course, he's fighting.
Oh! It didn't take long.
Oh, it didn't take long for Butterbean to score. I don't think he's with us. That's it. He's out.
On his feet, he's out.
I have.
Matt, one punch was all it took. One punch.
Butterbean still going after.
He still wants to beat him up.
Because he told him he was going to take care of business.
Esto ni siquiera fue una pelea. Demasiado poder, demasiada fuerza. Una demolición de 19 segundos. ¿Tú qué opinas de este ícono favorito de los fans? ¿Y cuáles son tus rarezas favoritas en la historia de los deportes de combate? Déjanoslo saber en los comentarios.